42 seconds of 2 logos. Whoever decided that setting the reverb and distortion on this audio to seizure would make for a thrilling recap. Movie clearly thinks it's Jesus, and I will quite happily let it die for my sins. I swear I'll get back those first 3 sins if Julie came here to ask for help from 2003's Daredevil.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Stealing my thunder.
It's been a year since my last confession.
I want to confess that ending that last movie with a death fake out was a cheap shot and shows a lack of creativity. I promise to never do it again. Side note, will you still be here in 2025?
I killed a man.
You did not. You weren't even driving the car that didn't kill a man. You can't even claim you killed him on the boat. That was 10% Ray and 90% whichever god smites killer fisherman. Probably Aquaman. I feel like this dream death fake out would have been slightly more impactful if the trailer hadn't so heavily featured Jennifer Love Hewitt, who definitely doesn't die in the first scene.
But I am this close to failing.
These assholes existing purely to maintain the movie's jump scare quota.
Are you getting out of town for the 4th?
No, I'll probably just be here studying for finals.
I also have to kill a bunch of people in a plan so elaborate that I could spell it out to you, my victim, right now, and you'd laugh it off as being too ridiculous. What a
God, what are you doing here?
I got in early.
This clunky-ass dialogue lands somewhere between her being surprised by his timing and not expecting him at all.
We're just friends.
Every guy in history who tried to pick up on a girl did the good friend thing first.
Ted Bundy didn't.
It's a crab boil at Ollie's, a croaker queen pageant. It's small town fun, but it's still nice.
Ray, I can't.
But you can't what?
Ray is shocked and hurt that Julie doesn't want to return with him to celebrate the anniversaries of that time she covered up a murder and that time a grumpy guy with a fishhook killed several of her friends before trying to kill her. God, what a prude.
You need your space from Crokerland, and probably from me too.
I'm thinking their plans should have been ironed out before he drove all the way from North Carolina to Massachusetts for a 2-minute conversation. Ray walks right through this unnatural and ill-defined game of street basket football that appears to be happening. Discount Catherine Mertwell. Also, I sure do love this picture of my friend taken on the day that she was murdered. I particularly like it because it's the same picture her murderer had up in his boat and absolutely masturbated to. Turning off this lamp, but not utilizing your curtains to block out the much brighter outside lamp.
What the hell are you doing in my closet?
Julie, I thought you were out of town. Look, I just wanted to borrow your black skirt.
If Carla thought Julie was out of town, why didn't she turn the lights on instead of creeping around like a personified jump scare?
Can I have the knife now, please? Julie, I really think you should come out with me tonight.
Saying those sentences back to back and unironically.
You better recognize. See, that's how my species survives. You'll never convince me otherwise.
I'm amazed this triplet alone wasn't enough to disqualify Mekhi Phifer from being within 8 miles of Eminem.
No means yes.
Well then, yes, it does not.
What do you know? Will Benson looking fine.
He looks like a serial killer. As Julie pursues the person dressed in a rain slicker, I have 2 questions. 1, what kind of club lets someone in wearing that? And 2, why did they choose a sound design made up of screams and blaster fire? Am I supposed to think this guy is actually here, or is she hallucinating not seeing someone?
Julie, will you relax? We've been dating for 3 months and he is not a stalker.
No, it means he's an outstanding stalker, Carla.
This is Mark in the Morning from Magic 96.7 radio station.
Despite Julie just saying,
My number's unlisted.
she will never once question how this radio station managed to get her number, unless they're just randomly dialing local numbers.
All you have to do to win is tell me the capital of Brazil.
Rio de Janeiro!
Ben and Will's plan hinges on Carla and Julie getting this question right, yet they risk this not working at all by asking a question they can't guarantee the girls will get right, and it's all just to make 90% of the Americans watching look stupid later in the movie. Scene doesn't contain the thing Channing Tatum does to that bench grinder and Magic Mike XXL.
Carla just won a trip to the Bahamas. She wants us to go with her.
You can go away with your college friends, but you can't go away with me.
She's literally inviting you to go away with her, motherfucker. Also, maybe if you'd invited her to the Bahamas instead of Stab-A-Lot Southport, she'd have said yes. I don't think she has a past history of getting chased with a fishhook in the fucking Bahamas, Raymond.
We haven't caught for days.
My college girlfriend.
I'll ride up with you. Kick it with my homies in Cambridge.
He's gonna drive from North Carolina to Massachusetts for the 2nd time in the past few days and then fly to the Bahamas. This story had no clue what to do with Ray and decided to just keep him in transit.
I'll show you what I've been thinking.
We all thought for a second he was gonna take his dick out.
Whoa.
Keeping any ring, let alone an engagement ring, in your pocket while working on any boat, let alone a fishing boat. Also, whoever thinks I should be rooting for Julie to accept Ray's proposal clearly needs to rewatch the last movie where he peer pressured her into covering up a murder.
Hey, try the harmony. You try the harmony, man. I'll leave.
Movie has time for this. Let's talk about this ambush. How did Ben even know that Ray was planning to leave Southport to surprise Julie? I mean, he'd have to know exactly when they were leaving too, so he could guarantee Ray and Dave would be the first to arrive at the scene. And most bizarrely of all, after all that hard work and staging, he doesn't kill Ray! Dave! guess Dave can pull up a chair next to Max in the what the f did I do to deserve a fish hook through the mouth lobby at the pearly gates. Was the Prometheus School of Running Away from Things handing out goddamn scholarships in Southport? This is the exact same shit we sinned in the first movie.
I don't want to be the one to say I told you so.
Then don't.
Julie would be excellent at CinemaSins.
We are going to the Bahamas!
This franchise really said, well, hell, if we have to make a shitty sequel, at least we're going to get a good vacation out of it. This mythically spacious airplane aisle that seems to actually care about people.
Some folks just can't sail.
It's too bad, too, because it's the only way on or off the island.
You're Captain E foreshadowing, reporting for duty. The E stands for exposition.
I got some back guano. I got the cream jeans.
Canonically accurate Jack Black.
Hello? Yeah.
That's racist. Also, a random dog that is here for the jump scares, but also leaves during the off-season, or so I'm led to believe, since it is never seen or heard from again.
What can I do for you?
Jeffrey Combs is easily the best part of this movie, and not enough people realize that in this scene alone, he plays 4 characters, 2 birds, and an uncredited tree.
Okay. We understand. We get it. It's old.
It'll outlive you, I'm sure.
Oh damn, foreshadowing that tells me I shouldn't have put so much money on Tyrell being the final girl.
Oh, what?
You're in 201 and 202.
Is that a bad thing?
No, not at all.
We'll find out these rooms are significant to Ben because his wife was having an affair in one of them, but they have nothing to do with how the movie plays out. It's not like if they had been put in different rooms, he was going to be all, you know what, I'm over that time you hit me with the car, and let's just consider the whole cutting my hand off thing, water under the bridge. All is forgiven, let's go have some pina coladas.
It's the 4th of July weekend. Storm season begins today. Clouds roll in like clockwork.
I'm no meteoriticist, and I have no idea what the effect would be, but this asshole doesn't seem to be considering the effects of El Nino at all. Also, the hurricane season starts June 1st. Also, I don't understand why everyone in this movie wants me to think they're the killer.
He fell asleep at the wheel. He crashed his truck into an old guardrail. He got thrown a hell of a long way down into a ditch, and he's damn lucky.
I don't understand why the script needed this man to be this bad at his job.
So why are you still here?
That's none of your goddamn business.
We'll never find out why Nancy is this mean to the people responsible for her tips.
Everyone's a goddamn singer.
This tongue-in-cheek reference to the music careers of Brandy Norwood and Jennifer Love Hewitt that leads to the discovery of the latter's 1995 album and aggressively inappropriate for her age at the time title song Let's Go Bang. So is the role credit kit that appears on the screen a hallucination or what? I mean, if it's a hallucination, then there will be no resolution about this poor girl's mental health, and the 90s just didn't give a f. But if the text is real, I have to question the return on investment for the effort it took to set up this bit, not knowing for sure that anyone would want to do karaoke.
He did something to the screen. I swear to God. Julie, what are you talking about?
No one believes Julie, despite this being easily verifiable by replaying the tape. And instead of doing that, Julie is content to just let it slide and let everyone think she's slowly losing it.
I'm just gonna take a walk.
And I'm not going to help you clean up the glass I just dropped, and you won't think that's weird in the slightest.
I just really like you a lot, you know?
Now that they are trapped on the island, Will has no need to keep up this lover boy routine other than to keep the audience guessing. I mean, we're not still guessing, but the movie really wants us to be. This is f***ing fake out.
Hey, man, give me a hand, would you?
Like most of the deaths in this franchise, this murder happens because this guy was within a mile radius of Julie James, and it undercuts any actual villain motivation other than a murder boner. Also, we are 42 minutes into this slasher, and there have been but 2 slashings, both victims of which were random characters we have no investment in. It's been a tedious slog of jump scares and relationship drama for over 40 minutes. In case you confuse this character with one that isn't all about the kush. Also, Titus didn't hear Derek's initial fall into the water or call for help, but did hear the spatter of blood against the dock? I guess he's got that really good weed that ties your selective hearing into the script.
Housekeeping.
I'm not sure how you get this much blood on your hands and not realize the thing you're holding is bloody. If I'm a cleaner and I put my hands on something wet, I am immediately assuming it came out of a human and bleaching my hands. Damn it, that is the 3rd completely innocent death. I mean, how hard would it be to show her kicking that dog or... Oh, in that case, she totally had it coming. Righteous kill. Move along.
Oh, I just hate for you to blow your whistle.
Is a sentence this movie believes is sexy.
No water sports after midnight. That's hotel policy.
Oh, yeah? Then what's the policy on burning herb?
If he can light that shit after being fully submerged in water, they should just go ahead and legalize cannabis globally. He's earned it. The only direction wardrobe got for this costume was it must objectify Jennifer Love Hewitt in a way that the MPAA finds acceptable. Back at her student digs, Julie had a knife at the ready to hunt down any and all jump scares. Now, despite having proof the killer is back, she walks around unarmed as if she knows she has to survive this shit long enough to sequelize it well into the 2020s. I want to go to the fishing school where they teach you the type of knots that suspend a body in midair and know exactly when to release themselves like this. Also, isn't Ben back in Southport not killing Ray? There's no way he flew out here this fast, so how the f did Will manage this on his own? That's a full-grown ass man that he has to pulley up there. Also, this body and blood will be cleaned up by the time Julie gets back here with everyone, and it's just as silly as the trunk with Leonard Hofstadter and the crabs from last summer.
I want off this island.
I'm afraid the last ferry left a couple hours ago and there won't be another one for days.
He said, horror movie clichéedly.
I'd call this 4 spoiled city kids who wouldn't know a hurricane if it blew up their ass.
That would arguably be a better title for the movie. This is a lot of candles next to a lot of that should not be next to a lot of candles.
Pain of the past, fear of the future, blood of the young.
Excitement? This character is into some mildly racist voodoo that ultimately goes nowhere and does nothing for the story. They should have just had Jack Black's character huffing fumes from the burning plastic and it would have worked just as well.
Can I help you?
Sure, scary movie is a thing, and this is totally something that would have happened in that movie, but I will never not wish that Ben stopped and took a hit from this bong before debating with Jack Black about Munchos being better than Funyuns.
Look, boy, you sure you want to go this way?
This is such a weird clash of perspectives. We know Ray is going to try and save his girlfriend from a killer, but this guy thinks he's going to kill his fiancée. And I have no idea how this story is made better or worse by my judgment of this Pawn Star.
How about Freddy or Jason or somebody?
Script sarcastically throws around the only twists to this movie that I wouldn't have seen coming.
It's bad enough getting rained out without having to hold my hand the whole damn time.
You don't have to be an asshole about it.
Damn it, Will. It's all he has.
The greenhouse effect has caused the Gulf Stream to shift, and almost every meteorological expert expects some dramatic increase.
Shut up, okay? Shut up.
30 years later, and this is essentially still how every climate debate ends.
I'm gonna give you fisherman some of this. See how he likes it.
Is she gonna bang Ben?
Wow, cancer in a box.
Nah, this is the safe son.
It is not.
Come on, Julie, it's better than a day on the beach, girl.
It is not. The only direction the cinematographer got for this shot was it must objectify Jennifer Love Hewitt in a way that the MPAA finds acceptable. The movie could have done the funniest thing ever and had this body jump out of the dryer at her like her sneakers did earlier. Villain has Julie dead to rights, but chooses to give her a really bad sunburn instead. Also not seen at any point the rest of the movie a really bad sunburn or anything to justify all the screaming. This is not the door that she entered the laundry room through, and she never tries the one that she knows is unlocked. At least show the Gorton's fishermen hanging out in the gym so I know that going back that way was not an option.
2 summers ago, we lied to the authorities.
There is a little cabana where they could shelter from the rain right behind her.
How can you not tell me the whole story? I'm your best friend.
Reminding me of Deb from the first movie. What happened to her? Did Ben Willis find and kill her for being a person that Julie had made eye contact with at some point in her life?
I didn't want to involve anybody else. It was too late for that.
I don't know what you meant by it's too late. Would telling you sooner have somehow made you look up the correct capital of Brazil?
Oh yeah, no doubt. This is a f***ing killer.
This guy is in his 60s and probably wouldn't have the strength to string up the bodies like you've seen them. But don't worry about any of that because voodoo? Chicken's feet that belong to red herrings. Don't mind me, I'm just going to look at this globe for no reason and randomly discover that the capital of Brazil isn't Rio.
Brasilia.
What the f did he do all that for? I assume he's recently been diagnosed with a terminal illness and is looking to get stabbed as a quick exit.
That's the capital of Brazil, not Rio.
I didn't know the capital of Brazil either, and I'll admit the movie would have tricked me with this back in '98 when I didn't carry all of humanity's knowledge in my pocket. But it was still stupid for Ben and Benson not to use a question with a higher success rate instead of hoping Carla and Julie never realized the extent of their own geographical ignorance. Also, why is he bringing this up now instead of back in the hallway when they first told him? In what world do you land on burning a toothbrush as being more helpful than letting them know they were conned?
He could have easily killed me, but he didn't.
Holy shit. I can't believe she's using this logic based on how many times the man who was actually trying to kill her could have killed her, but didn't. This movie has no clue how hilarious it is.
Jesus Christ, we didn't even answer the radio question right. This whole thing was a setup.
Here we go, sports fans. Let's talk about the villain's plan. This hook-handed motherfucker bankrolled a 4-person, all-expenses-paid trip to the Bahamas so he could gradually kill a bunch of innocent strangers and then Julie. How is a dead fisherman paying for and arranging all this plus Will's college education? I mean, with this plan, he's not even getting the benefit of killing Ray. This is just for Julie. Julie stands with her arms out, so you know she's serious now. It's a weird tell, and it would be super annoying to sit next to her at a poker table.
If you like, I can show you.
Well, how do we know he's not setting us up?
Where else are you gonna go?
No f***ing where. Stay here and home alone this bitch, you fools.
One day the wife went missing. Maid found blood all over the honeymoon suite.
Wow, turns out they really couldn't have picked a worse person to accidentally run over that night, could they?
What's today's date?
July 4th.
Of all the dates in the f***ing year, all 365 of them, this is the one day she will always know the date. This is the most unnecessary question in the history of cinema. No citations needed. Someone behind this movie really said, look, there's a 50-50 chance you'll die of hypothermia, but damn it, you're all sexier when you're wet.
Do you hear me? If you want me bad, come and get me. I'm right here.
Discount and far less succinct. What are you waiting for?
Excuse me, but this place didn't have a murder rate until you people showed up.
It literally did. Estes just told us about the woman who was murdered on the island 18 years ago.
Personally, I haven't seen one goddamn psycho killer.
Qu'est-ce que c'est, Terrell? Qu'est-ce que f***ing c'est? Also, this doesn't even make sense. Sure, he hasn't seen the killer, but he has seen multiple bodies now that you can safely assume did not die of natural causes. Typical horror movie running from the killer, but they keep up at a leisurely pace bullshit. The Scooby Gang run upstairs instead of outside in the open like they just f***ing planned because they too are tired of this movie and are ready for death.
Jesus Christ, that's my bedroom.
If this is a two-way mirror, why is her flashlight lighting up the bedroom? If I crashed through multiple panes of glass and walked away with a slight limp and not a single scratch on me, I'd assume I was God and start smiting some hook-handed fools. Julie decides not to hit Ben with the fire axe because, well, I don't know, but I'm sure she has very good reasons.
You guys okay?
No one is immediately pissed at Nancy for not locking the door behind them.
Don't worry, he's gone.
The three people who just found all the dead staff members in the storm shelter allow themselves to be convinced that there is no cause to worry. Even if he is gone, you should continue to worry.
What's your favorite radio station, Julie?
You could also ask her if she wants to play a game, or tell her she'll float down here too, or just what's up, or anything else from a superior horror movie that you should keep out of your damn mouth. Also, surprise! Will was in on it all along. If you're expecting a detailed breakdown of why this is some ridiculous shit, I think you should instead take up a new hobby instead of caring so much about this late 90s horror sequel. Okay, if you're still here, you are clearly my people, and I do have one or two thoughts. 1. Will being the fourth person on this trip seems important to this murderous plan for some unknown reason. But to secure that eventuality, boyfriend of the year Ray needs to be an asshat and refuse to join Julie. And when he changes his mind, Dave needs to convince him not to tell Julie and make it a surprise. At a certain point, Ben either has access to a precog or has been practicing this over and over in a Groundhog Day scenario. 2. Super f***ing convenient that Ben had a son the same age as the person he's trying to revenge murder so that he can go to the same college as Julie, take the same class, and slide into her friendship circle. 3. If Ben had a murderous son in his back pocket this whole time, it kind of makes you wonder why he didn't draft him to help kill them all in the first movie. 4. This plan doesn't work if the storm doesn't roll in exactly at the right time. Sure, the hotel owner said it's like clockwork, but that's not how storms work. Apparently, God likes Benson's revenge plan so much that he sent a storm to strand them on the island.
Come on, Julie, what's your favorite radio station?
I'm assuming the direction here was Jim Carrey, but slightly less. I'm supposed to believe that he is overpowering her right now. It's just that I don't. The whole thing is just an awkward way for two people to go for a walk.
You are so much like the rest of them. You never take responsibility for anything you do.
Pronoun gaming this deep into a sequel when the them you were referring to could be anyone at this point. It could be Helen and Barry from the first film. It could be any or all of the innocent bystanders you killed that had nothing to do with the inciting car accident. Could even be the infamous Titus Telesco, which is Jack Black's character, who, as it turns out, is really in this movie and not a hallucination.
And you think you can get away with murder?
Wow, imagine having this knife and giving your kidnapper a paper cut instead of a perforated scrotum.
Will Benson? Benson!
Well, when you put it that way, the script does feel dumb.
No more screaming, no more running. It's time to die.
Except it isn't, because you insist on talking instead of killing.
Let it go!
Reus ex machina.
Now I want you to think about all the things we're gonna do to her.
It's ironic to deliver this line when Julie has disappeared and both you and your father seem to have forgotten all about her.
You want him dead?
Stand him up.
You can't waste time setting this up like you're in a WWE tag team match and then be surprised when you're hit with a finisher reversal. Also, play that again.
Stand him up.
If you close your eyes, you can almost hear Optimus Prime saying this. You're welcome. I just gave you a way to enjoy this movie. One of the first things the internet will scream inform you about this movie is that this gun is a 6-shooter and Julie fires 8 times. Not how dumb Will Benson's name is, not the overcomplicated plan, not the Bahamas. All them is totally fine, but God help you if you shoot the wrong amount of bullets. Also, Julie fires 8 bullets out of a 6-shooter.
Anyone ask? Let's not tell him it rained the whole time, okay?
You know you have to tell his family that Tyrell is dead, right?
Don't you dare go to sleep, girl.
Correction, Tyrell's ghost has taken possession of Ray's body.
I love this thing.
He has clearly not been properly assessed for a possible brain injury following his accident. This ending is so compelling it resulted in a direct-to-DVD sequel in 2006, a failed Amazon Prime series, and a reboot in 2025. Oh, and a CinemaSins video 27 years after its release. Take from that what you will.
I just want you to know that I know it, and I don't like it.
Are you, Alice, menstruating right now?
I don't remember your geography, Carla, because all you have to do to win is tell me. Did video ever definitively kill the radio star?
Are you looking for some bread? This is like the apex of the vortex of joint engineering.
Housekeeping.
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God.
What did you actually see?
I saw the dockhand guy hanging by his neck in there.
Oh, how delightful. The mysterious plots, the subtle innuendo, the veiled threats. It's also entertaining.
What's today's date?
July 4th.
We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight.
Personally, I haven't seen one goddamn psycho killer.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
And I hate living in this flawed body. And I hate living in Neverland. And I hate Peter Pan.
Carla, just grab a hold of my hand.
I am holding your hand.
This hand is your hand. This hand is my hand. Oh, wait, that's your hand. Oh, wait, it's my hand.
What's your favorite radio station, Julie?
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.